Grand Rising. Good day. And good night. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to 144 from the stars. Tarot. Let's go ahead and give Odin a treat. We will patiently wait. There you are, sir. We greatly appreciate you being here, Odin. Thank you so much. The totem for this message is going to be Wallace's flying frog. Yeah, we're just going to move forward after that one. All right, I got some word that I would like to share with you all. I am going to be reading from the book of 4 Ezra. I'm going to be reading from chapter 7. I'm going to start at verse 127, and I'm going to read to 140. Then he answered me and said, "This is the condition of the battle, which man that is born upon the earth shall fight. That if he be overcome, he shall suffer, as you have said. But if he gets the victory, he shall receive the thing that I say. For this is the life whereof Moshe spoke to the people while he lived, saying, Choose life, that you may live. Nevertheless, they believed not him, nor yet the prophets after him, no, nor me, which have spoken to them, that there should not be such heaviness in their destruction, as shall be joy over them that are persuaded to salvation. I answered then and said, I know, Yahuwah, that El Elyon is called merciful, and that he has mercy upon them which are not yet come into the world, and upon those also that turn to his Torah, and that he is patient, and long suffers those that have sinned as his creatures, and that he is bountiful, for he is ready to give where it needs, and that he is of great mercy, for he multiplies more and more mercies to them that are present, and that are past, and also to them which are to come. For he shall not multiply his mercies, for if he shall not multiply his mercies, the world would not continue with them that inherit therein. And he pardons, for if he did not, so of his goodness, that they which have committed iniquities might be eased of them, the 10,000th part of men should not remain living. And being judge, if he should not forgive them that are cured with his word and put out of the multitude of contentions, there should be very few left perchance in an innumerable multitude. The mercy of God is something so pure and everlasting. It's a very humbling thought, and it really just, in moments in my life, it has really shown me that I really should not hold any judgment in my heart, because I am a poorer reflection than the one true judge. And like when I understand, because all right, I'll break it to like a real life scenario that humans can relate to. Sometimes we will see things that continue to exist and we ask why. Why is this allowed to continue to happen? Why does this person still have the ability to do this? And it would be real easy for us to put ourselves in position of I can judge. I feel that what you're doing is wrong, and because it's wrong, you shouldn't be allowed to continue to do this, and I don't understand why you are. And then people get upset with God. And maybe something that they're not understanding is how much God loves all his children. Okay. All right. Yeah. God's mercy is a lesson in itself, like an eternal lesson in itself. All right. I'm going to pull a Moonology card. Let's figure out why Wallace's flying frog is the totem. I'm feeling this energy of like a false reflection. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird dynamic I'm sensing. It feels like there's like true emperor empress energy that is divine, is anointed, right? And then there's like this trickster wannabe asshat that's like running around playing fucking games. And like it's trying to, I don't know, it's like a little boy wearing its father's clothes in the mirror. Like it just, you don't fit those clothes yet or at all. Like I don't know, it's like this false little trickster energy trying to masquerade like it's a divine emperor or empress, and there's like something like, this is kind of silly. All right, what's the Moonology card for this message? Whew. Nothing will come of this situation. It's time to take action. Damn. All right. Prosperity lies ahead. Whew. All right. There may have been some spiritual warfare going on. There may have been like, I don't know. This feels like, I almost said battle of the X's or battle of the minds, and I wasn't even trying to go there. So maybe this is like people from your past. X doesn't necessarily have to mean like an ex boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife necessarily. It could just been like an ex coworker, an ex boss, an ex something, right? They got X'd out your life, and maybe there's like been this weird competition or comparison between them to you. Not that you've been doing it, but they've been doing it. And I sense that. And that's why it's weird, because it looks like they're trying to look in the mirror and convince themselves there's something they're not. And it just looks kind of silly from the outside, witnessing them do this and being fooled of themselves. Kind of like a dog that returns to its own vomit. It's just like, no, why are you doing that? You just spit that up for a reason. And now, well, okay. And then here we go. And I'm like, yeah, you just did that. And then you ate it back up. And now here you go again. Are you gonna learn, or oh god, I gotta stop watching. This is gross. Goodness. So there's something about how like you're righteous, you're true, you're divine, you're anointed, you are like emperor, empress energy or something, and there's something else that just isn't. It's not, and it's been competing where it doesn't compare. And there's like this, it feels childish because of how much you outrank it. So like in the middle of it, in the thick of it, it might not feel so childish. But like when you zoom out and you realize the energies that are at play here, it does kind of seem a little childish here, because like true emperor empress, and then like asshat clown thing, and I'm like, asshat clown thing, true emperor empress. What is there to talk about here? Like, why is this even a discussion? So okay, maybe there's something about like cutting the bullshit. Like maybe someone just like tried it with you and you had to kind of put them in their place. Like, I mean, I just recently gave a reading that was kind of talking about like successfully overcoming spiritual warfare in a way. So I don't know. It seems like that. Kind of seems like that. Is there a Moonology for this? The answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. That came out with a full moon in Aquarius as well. So double air sign energy with a supermoon. Jeez. Heavy on the air sign and water as well. I'm feeling air and water in both of this. Emotions are running high. What is this? I feel like you're about to be very excited. Something very exciting is coming. I do. I feel that. It feels like you're very close to achieving your goal. Meditate and contemplate. It feels like a moment of rest before takeoff. Like, oh gosh, and they're jerks for engineering them like that. But although some of you are probably like, that's the best part. No, I'm good. I don't want to do that. So like roller coasters, when they bring you to the top of it and then they like kind of like partially drop you and then you're just like dangling facing the drop and then you're just sitting there. Like you don't know when it's going to drop. That's kind of what I feel from this. Like you're very close to achieving your goal, meditate and contemplate. It's kind of like, yo, you're about to like go through a whole roller coaster of like abundance, of success, of energy. Like, I don't know, it feels very fast paced. So in a way, if you feel like you're dangling in this suspense, maybe take a moment to like breathe, meditate, center yourself. If it was me dangling on the end of that thing, I'm probably praying or just trying to like dissociate from the experience. Yeah, so I don't know, there's something about this. It's coming. I feel like there's like high reward, high favor in this. I feel like those are good words to attribute the energy I'm picking up on. High reward and high favor. Whew, okay. I'm gonna pull from over here. What would you like the collective to know? Spiritual gifts and name is cleared. So that we are talking about a spiritual battle that took place and you handled it with, you use your spiritual gifts and now something is being unlocked or unblocked. Like, it literally feels like you ranked up. I feel like someone has ascended in the higher realms. Like you've actually literally ascended. Wow. God's work. You've been doing God's work for some time. Spirit's proud of you. I'm going to share something with someone. I'm going to share something with someone that is very close to God, and you've kind of always been that way. You may have experienced Spirit being very hard on you recently, being very strict or very stern, or you may have felt like the judgment is very fast or heavy at moments with you. And I want you to know it was because things are shifting faster and Spirit was pushing you to shift faster. So that like you were feeling that, but I want you to know, like, even though feeling God's judgment really does feel like life and death, and like it can kind of feel like, am I okay? Am I gonna be okay? Like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. But I want you to know, like, it was love. It was to push you. It was to push you forward. So, like, if you just felt like strong conviction from the Holy Spirit, and those of you that know what I'm talking about, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, you felt a strong conviction to get your shit together, to manage your time better, or to whatever this is, to forgive, to surrender, to heal, to let go, to make some changes, to like, whatever it is, I want you to know you did exactly what was being asked of you. Your name is cleared. There's no debt. You're not in trouble. Okay. It was love. There were things that were shifting and they really they wanted, like, there was an opportunity and they didn't want you to miss it. So they kind of like put a little pressure on you to form a diamond. Okay. All right. I'm returning home, and I look, and that's another thing. I opened this up stating I'm talking. This message is for someone that's been very close to God, and something I have noticed is that when you are very close to God, the moment you are at any kind of misalignment with God's will, you feel it instantly, and you feel it heavily. And others won't. They don't get it. They don't know. They're not standing in the room with God feeling like they don't get it, but you do. And like that can be really hard to carry that weight, because like you can kind of be hard on yourself. It's a lot of authority to feel in your presence at all times or around you. Yeah. I don't know. Name is cleared, spiritual gifts, God's work, miraculous healing. Something is being unlocked, unblocked, and you're returning home. And however that means to you. Okay? You are being received in divine favor. Okay? Karmic debts are paid. All right? Oh, there's some good news. A new car, maybe even a marriage, receiving good news soon. There may be some positive. I also feel like for whatever reason, someone's like credit's improving, like actual credit, like what's that called? Yeah, I don't know, credit score. Yeah, that thing. Jeez, that stuff's awful. But anyways, yeah, I just picked up on that. Like your credit's improving, you're gonna get approved for a loan or something, or that's something spirits like been working on you with or something. I don't know. I picked up on that energy, but it felt like good. It felt like progress, improvement, and like a very soon fruit to be received. It felt good. I don't know. Maybe someone's getting a ring. I don't know. There felt like some kind of like big purchase or big financing or big blessing. Big change. Receiving love. Look, I know I'm feeling that energy. I know I am. Okay. Okay. All right. That's cool. I like that. But yeah, I hope I was at least able to offer like a line of comfort to someone, like, hey, it's okay. Like, I can empathize if that resonated. Like, I've experienced that too, believe me. And it can feel really heavy. It can feel very heavy. And it can definitely kind of put you in this energy of like, I feel like I need to like fast and pray and like humble myself and like get back in alignment. And there's nothing wrong with recognizing when you feel like you might be in the way of God instead of in alignment of God. And literally, God's will is so beyond our understanding. It could literally, it could go against common sense. Like, and what I mean by that is like discernment is a gift, and sometimes God's will is not what you would think, like what it would seem like. And that, like, as a human, we tend to like want to try to like understand or control or have like a hold or attachment on things, and like that's just, look, I don't know. I'm talking to someone that you're very close to God and you've been feeling it. I just pulled these numbers, 11 and 7. So 7, 11, 11, 7. All right. We also got 26 and 14 in January that wanted to pop out. So I don't know if any of that resonates or is relevant for you, but I just feel like someone has a healthy fear of God is what I'm picking up on. And I feel like you're very close to God, and spirit may have been like putting a bit of a conviction on you or pushing you. It may have been a little harder on you. And I want to uplift your spirit and let you know, like, you're good with God and God's good with you. Like, you weren't, I want you to know that was love, and they were pushing you to get to this energy. The answers you need are coming. We've got this, there's like huge full blessing. I feel like you're going through a transformation. Like, I really do. I feel like you're going through a transformation. This just reminded me of a dialogue I had with Trina the other day, and I was just talking to her, and I said, it kind of feels like we have gotten to a level where the only way up from here is strict and disciplined. And she was like, yeah, I feel that too. And so I don't know if that resonates with any of you, but I'm being reminded of that conversation I had, and I don't mind sharing it if it resonates with someone. So it might be like that. You may have cleared a lot of levels, a lot of devils. You've ascended a lot. Like, you've collapsed a lot of timelines, and I feel like you're getting pushed for a huge leap, a huge leap. And that's why it's felt like you have kind of felt like on the like, oh gosh, yeah, I know this feeling. I've explained this to Trina before when I felt this way. I've had a conversation with her, explaining to her, because she would like periodically ask me like, are you okay? Because she like could sense like something was being processed internally and just wasn't really talking about it. And I eventually did, long story short, I kind of tried to explain to her, is like, I feel like I am living on the edge of the sword. I feel like in one way I am just a second away from heaven, like the most life-changing breakthrough, miraculous healing and blessings in my life. And in another way, I feel like I'm just a second away from judgment and death. And I just feel like there's a lot of things about myself I need to process, I need to integrate, and I need to come back to my center, and I need to come to God. And I feel like there's some things I need to come correct about. And like at the time when I was having that conversation, I didn't have a lot of guilt or blood on my hands at the time. Like, I didn't live a bad life. But when you're very close to God, you feel it very heavy. You feel it very strong. So it can be like little things. Like, for example, I will share this real quick. I think one of my biggest sins in this life, and by sins, I mean something I have done that was exactly against the will of God and was the most harmful to the will and the plan of God, was me not wanting to be here. I'm dead serious. I think that was probably my biggest sin. And I look back at it and it led to all of my addictions. It led to multiple self unaliving attempts, some that were successful and God didn't let me die, kept shoving me back in my body. And then I didn't understand why. Like, I've died quite a few times. I've actually come to realize some of my near death experiences weren't near deaths, they were deaths, and spirit didn't let me die. So yeah, so it's kind of a heavy energy in a way, but this is transformation. Transformation. Like, it's someone's transforming. All right. You're very close to God, and God is bringing you closer to Him. And that can be scary. That can be exhilarating. That can be all kinds of things. God's intense. All right. It really is. God's intense. It's very intense. And this is good. This is good for you. This is really good for you. And I feel like your life is about to come through for you. Like, you're really about to celebrate some big wins. Like, I'm feeling like bank account wins. I'm feeling credit score wins. I'm feeling loan wins. I'm feeling like house and car wins. I'm feeling marriage wins. I'm feeling partners and successes. Like, I'm feeling a lot of blessings in this energy. This reading kind of feels like I'm talking about like kind of a completion of a soul, like, in a way. And I have noticed sometimes right before I have experienced my new life, I've kind of felt like I'm at death. Like, I don't know, the beginning is in the end and the end is in the beginning, and it's a crazy feeling. And I just feel like I want you to know you are on the right side of this judgment. God is in favor with you. Spirit was pushing you because a lot of things were about to change rapidly, and they wanted this to break through for you. Like, they wanted this to come through for you. They wanted you to answer this call, or to take this chance, be in alignment for it. So they were a little harder on you recently, but that's okay. You got this. You're ready for this. Your name is cleared. All right, 711. Those are your numerical energies for this reading. It's very relevant. Okay, ascended energy. Wow, I saw that tower, and what was that? Two of Pentacles, but I saw it as a Five of Pentacles, which is weird. That Two of Pentacles looked like a Five of Pentacles to me when it came out, and it came out after this tower, and this tower came out explosive. It shot off camera, had a lot of power of force, like a lot of energy to it. And this Two of Pentacles is like this release. It's this complete release of this energy, and I'm still going to take in the fact that I saw this as a 5. I saw this being as a material lack, and now I'm seeing it as a 2. Like, what material lack? We're reducing it down to nothing because you're about to receive a whole lot more. We've got the 6 of Pentacles out here. 2 plus 6 is 8. Okay, so we've got the abundance, infinity. We got some kind of like good karma energy going on here. I feel like something is really about to take off for you. Like I said, you're at the top of a roller coaster, and the shit dropped and stopped at the top of the drop. Like, it did a partial drop. Like, you felt like a few second drop, and now you're just dangling and hanging there in suspense. And you don't really know what's about to happen. Is this about to be the time of my life? Am I about to die? Am I about to like splat on the concrete? Is a screw going to go loose? Am I going to love this? Is this going to be awesome? Like, I don't know. Take a deep breath. Meditate. Ground. Because you're in God's favor. God is with you, and you're going to be okay. You know, blessed are those that literally have fear of God in their heart. And this is something that took me a while to understand, and it's something that's still kind of hard to explain. I mean, I've even asked like my soul's mom, do you have any advice on how I could break this wisdom to the collective? And she even was like, that's a hard one. And it was talking about the fear of God and how it's actually righteous and clean, even though there's this false narrative that the God of the Bible isn't actually God, because, and then, there's so many things to back that up, but whatever. I'm not even going there really. But what I'm trying to get at is spirit was hard on you and pushed it and you felt it and you immediately surrendered, or you immediately went to God. For example, when Adam and Eve were in the garden, they hid. They hid themselves from God. They were scared to even be seen by God. This is different. This is I understand the judgment and I take accountability, but I still want to face you, God. I still want you to face me. I'm willing to do what it takes so you can keep me, because I don't want to be apart from you. And that shows God more than I think anyone really understands. It's just the willingness in your heart. And I know it feels a little scary when you're feeling like the life and death situation of being face to face to God, but you handled it well, and you showed what spirit wanted to see, or you're cleared. You have the green light. You got to pass. You're good. You're good. I really do. Something's about to change with your finances. Big time. And I think it's to finance a wedding, or it's to finance a home, or it's to finance a family or a car. It's to finance your new life. Obviously, if God has a will for you, there is going to be a way. Well, you receiving this change in your finances is part of the way being made for you. Yeah. All right. Page of Swords reversed. Ten of Cups. I don't think you realize how happy you're about to be. You've been so focused on getting yourself right with God that you haven't even realized how right you've been with God this whole time. Double Ten of Cups. I didn't even see that. This reading's got me crying. Because what I'm feeling is a child of God that loves God so much. And you're about to receive a lot of favor and blessings in your life. And it was right after a time where you may have even feared for your life in a way, or feared that you were about to face the wrong side of judgment, or that you were not in alignment, or that you were in the way of God's will, or something you cared. You cared. You cared enough to even ask God, am I out of alignment with you? And if so, show me. And then when God showed you, you came down to your knees. Ask for compassion, for mercy, for forgiveness. Not a lot of people do that. So many people are stiff-necked and their heart is stone. Don't even get me started on that brain of theirs, okay? Cooked like eggs. They don't even have it in their heart enough to care enough about the relationship with their God to even ask, am I in alignment with you? But you cared. You cared enough to not only face it. Some people, when they receive the truth of what they should be held accountable for, they refuse to take accountability for it. I mean, if you look at, chapter 3 of Genesis, no one took accountability for that shit. No one took accountability for what happened. I'm talking to someone who's a son of Adam, but you can take accountability for what you did. And you did it with humility, and you did it with grace, and you did it with love. And that shows God more than anything. I'm being reminded of like the scripture where I don't remember who it was, but it was an Old Testament story about a father who brought his son to an altar for sacrifice out of faith, and then an angel stopped him and I think gave him like a ram or something in substitute instead. I don't know. You show God something. That's what I'm trying to say, is that this may have been like a test, and that might have been why it felt so intense. But like, I don't know if like, I don't know if what you were going through is exactly what it in the moment seemed to be. It may have just been an act of love and compassion to push you somewhere, and it also may have been a test to see if you're ready. And I think you proved it. You showed it. You showed it with your willingness to serve. You showed it with your compassion and your humility. All right. So watch your life change for the better. Watch your life change for the better. What a way to end some spiritual warfare, right? Because that was an element of this reading at the beginning. I felt it. And it just doesn't matter. It's all washed away by God's love. But like, still, what a way to finish some spiritual warfare with an ignorant energy, okay? You just ended up like spiritually ranking up, getting closer to God. You passed some kind of test, like you literally ranked up. When you like, all right, when you graduate from one school, you go to the other. And then when you graduate from that school, you go to the other. And it just, it's a forever experience. And someone's graduated a school. And this test that you went through, it felt like life or death. It did. And you chose life. I have heard that when you stop learning, it's when you stop breathing, when you stop living. It's when your ruach leaves your body. And I have multiple times, it's a chilling experience. I have been warned by God that my life will come to an end if I don't stop what I'm doing and get into alignment. And you'd be surprised, like, I've gotten that warning for things that, like, humans on the outside would try to argue, but you're not really doing much of anything. Yeah, well, to God, that's why it's like I was trying to say earlier, like sometimes like the will of God is just so beyond what we understand. And to add on to that statement, I was reminded in that moment when I was having kind of that experience with my journey with God, I was reminded that all sin is equal. If it's not the will of God, it's equally not the will of God. There isn't like, yeah, but it's kind of the will. No, it's not. It's not the will. It's literally either it's the will of God or it's not. And when you're very close to God, the moment something's outside of the will, you don't, it's instant. You feel it and it is heavy. It's a lot. But God loves you. God loves you. God really loves you. Okay? It's like kind of being hard on your like favorite child. You're like a little tougher on your favorite child. I don't know if that resonates or if that makes sense what I'm saying. And I'm not saying you're going to experience that at all times, but I do feel like, you may have experienced a little bit of like conviction, a little bit of pressure from spirit. Pushy. Serious. It's crazy. Yeah. I'm sorry. Me remembering the time where God had like basically warned me, your life will stop right here and you will pick it back up again. There was more to it. He showed me exactly what was going to happen. And if I were to sit here and tell you what I was doing that's out of alignment, you'd be like, that doesn't even sound like much of anything. That sounds like normal human being stuff. But because of my path, that's not what God sent me here to do. That was not God's will. Some people are held to a higher accountability, but there's higher reward in it. And I feel like someone just went through a very intense test. And there is high reward on the other side of this. Congratulations. I'm serious. This is like an honor to shake hands with your energy, because not many people make it through the veil you did. A lot of people balance on the edge of the sword and they don't always choose life, or they don't like this. I'm talking to someone like you went through, this is high ranking initiations and tests. Like, this shit ain't a joke. All right. I felt it. Yeah, Ace of Swords, I'm supposed to share it. So I'm going to share it real quick, and then I think I'm about to close this out. So, Trina recently had a conversation with me, and she said, I don't know when, but I just seen it. She was like, one of our next incarnations is as a planet. And, we had some conversations, and that's not really that important, and I don't need to share too much about myself here. But I felt this energy off of you, and it reminded me of that conversation I had had. And remember, earlier in the reading, I said, you graduate one class, you go to the next one. You graduate this school, you go to the next one. You're like the freshman, and you're a sophomore, the junior, the senior, and then you're back to being a freshman again. All right, well, the test that you went through is a very high level, high ranking test, and you passed through. And I think you're about to start a new school. It's big. But I feel like a big portion of what you've completed in your soul is probably going to be accomplished after this life. And what I mean by that is you're probably going to take on another form. Who knows? God might be looking to you like, I've got this new universe I'm about to create. Would you like to be that new universe? I've got this new galaxy. Would you like it to be your new body? Architects of the universe. I'm literally speaking to the extensions of Elohim, the councils, the branches of the divine tree. I think I just read a scripture earlier, not in the reading, that was talking about, actually it was in Ezra. It was just a few passages after what we did open up this book in, which is ironic. And it was talking about there being a divine branch in the line of David that will be the judge. And I feel like someone, you have ascended, you've passed the test, you're entering a new school, and it kind of feels like this life you receive a lot of reward and merit. You get to celebrate and enjoy a lot of abundance and things. And I'm sure there's things for you to still close out and experience in this incarnation, but you've accomplished a really big thing on a soul level. And I don't know, you might be a star, a planet, a galaxy, a universe. I don't know. Where you're going from here is beyond. That's what I do know. And I just want to congratulate you. That's why I said it's an honor to shake hands with your energy. Not many people pass through that. I've seen a lot of journeys of souls, at a soul level. I'm not talking about my human self right now. On a soul level, I have seen a lot of journeys, a lot of rises and falls of worlds and nations, kings, queens, peoples. I've seen a lot. This is an honor. You passed through this. Congratulations. I really mean that. So enjoy the fruits, enjoy the blessings of this life that you are going to receive. Enjoy this new life. Enjoy this huge leap in your favor. And then, who knows? Who knows what awaits you from here? But, that's not here, that's not now. Let's just enjoy the fruits of here and now. All right? But they're congratulating you, and they are preparing the next place for you after here. I do feel that you're ascending beyond, like beyond life. Like it's, oh gosh, if we were in heaven right now, it'd be a lot easier for me to communicate this to you because I could, but I'm here and I've got this human brain with tongue and body and it's limiting. So like without me short circuiting my hardware, I'm just going to leave it at like, congratulations. And this is awesome. And I'll just let the divine reveal to you what's ahead and what's to come, like to infinity and beyond kind of energy. Okay, Buzz Lightyear. All right. But, in this, for the rest of this season or this life or the next foreseeable future, just enjoy it. Just enjoy the blessings that come through. And just know that you are cherished and blessed beyond this life. All right. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to leave this reading here. If you like the way that I read, please be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. I greatly appreciate each and every single one of you. I will see you on the next collective message.